Hello again, everyone. Deflect here, Firm but Fair Gaming. Came to bring you a video. 10.1 is hitting the PTR and it is out and available. There is some big changes coming in 10.1, which I'll get into. Also, I'm going to be dropping a video on 10.07 on top DPS and what potentially could be a top DPS or top spec if you want to re-roll and play something else or try something fresh or get an alt rolling. But as always, if you haven't done so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out the Twitch. Check out the Kick stream. We'll be streaming on there a lot. And if you have any questions, as always, leave a comment below. Getting into the 10.1, there is some huge changes coming. We'll start right at the top. New area, new raid coming out, as always, in each one. Big notes right here. Cross-faction guilds are coming. Players who've been enjoying cross-faction can now invite both to the guild. Guilds will still affiliate with either Horde or Alliance, depending on the faction of the guild leader. Guild achievements, guild vendors, for example, will still reflect this. The opposite faction members may benefit from unlocked shared perks, but may be unable to contribute to certain achievements. Fair enough. This is our first step to potential several in the public testing for long-awaited features, so keep an eye out. Updates will follow. That will be great. Cross-faction guilds, huge update, 10.1. The new upgrade system, you'll earn currency called Flight Stones from just about anything you do. Complete world quests, kill unique creatures, run mythics, kill bosses, all that good stuff. Shadow Crests and their fragments will also come from a wide range of content and plus rating. You have the ability to upgrade almost any item in Season 2's max level gameplay, which will come out of the world quest and mythic raid boss by spending Flight Stones. So that's great. You'll be able to upgrade them with Flight Stones by doing content. You'll get these Flight Stones. There's some huge changes to PvP as well. The first crafted gear will be used, upgrade using Recraft, the same way it's done now. The other kind of gear not included in the upgrade system is PvP gear. PvP upgrade will continue to work as it did in Dragonflight Season 1. Kind of gear not available to the upgrades is top-end gear. The most important thing is everything is optional. You don't need to upgrade gear for PvP. PvP has some huge other changes. It's at the bottom, but I'll pretty much skip over that because I don't do a lot of PvP. But they are nerfing the interrupts on everything. They want to nerf CC. They want to nerf, bring down the fact that you can be CC'd for umpteen seconds at a time. So they are bringing all those down. It should shorten up fights as well, as you can't just sit there and interrupt and then wait and interrupt and, trade back and forth. So hopefully that works out really great for PvP. I'm not huge on it, but definitely let me know if it is going to be a mass effect. They made a small change to Worgens that nobody plays anymore. I still have a Worgen Warlock. It's my original character. I still play it, but they're just making it like the dragon, the evokers now. So you can just learn two forms, which as soon as you're out of combat, you switch back. Not a huge deal. Big changes to balance. Balance is getting buffed to all their astral power generators. And the reason for that is they are nerfing the 4 set. So the 4 set will actually cost astral power. It was free, and it's a 20% increased damage instead of 35. You can go through all of this, but it basically is just trying to change it from the 4 set piece into damage you'll do and astral generation from other ways. So when you eventually lose the 4 set, it will be kind of a trade-off. So that's where balance is looking right now. As you can see, Friends of the Fae now increases nature damage. It doubles it. 8% for 20 seconds was 4% for 30 seconds. So they're kind of just trading off talents in balance. Feral is getting a little rework. Berserk is getting a rework. Finishing moves restore up to 3 combo points. Shred and Rake damage increased by 50%. Combo point generating abilities generate 1 additional combo point. New talent, Thrash. Thread damage increased by 20% to bleeding targets. Great. Shred damage will do a little bit more. Shred damage increased by 5% and Thrash by 20%. So it should be a slightly more balanced than just the rip damage, but it will be interesting change, not huge. Devastation Evoker getting a bunch of buffs. which goes because Preservation's getting a bunch of nerfs, so it's kind of a trade-off. Preservation was a huge outlier, and Devastation's kind of at the bottom. So Pyre reduces the remaining cooldown of Eternity Surge Fire Breath by 1 to 2 seconds. Casualty redesigned while channeling Disintegrate, Fire Breath, and Eternity Surge cooldown 100% faster, which is great. So every time you do Disintegrate, you'll get the reduction on it. They are extending the Dragon Rage by 4 seconds from 14 to 18, which will be nice because it was really tight to fit in a 3 burst or 3 extension onto the Dragon Rage. So that will make life a lot easier. They are also buffing I like Firestorm. I think it's a cool ability. It was fun to play with. It just didn't do enough to take it. But now the radius is increased by 50%, and they are stacking a Pyre increased damage onto it. So it could be worth taking now. Watch out. Firestorm could be the play. Should be the play with the radius increased by 50% and the damage increased by 25%. Because the radius was really small, and your tank had to keep them in it. Which for a lot of tanks, they like to move, kite, and do other things. So when they kited it out, it was just no damage. It was a loss. You just really didn't take it. But now with that increased radius, this might actually be good. A bunch of changes to Hunter. All specs, Beastmaster, aspect of the wild now causes Cobra Shot to hit 2 targets. Cool. Master Hander cooldown reduction value increased to 4 seconds was 2. Snakebite damage increased to 75% was 30. And Blood Frenzy has been redesigned. While Call the Wild is active, your pets have the Beast Cleave effect. And Cobra Shot applies Serpent Sting to any target hit. That is going to be great. Just great. A couple changes to Marksman. Survival is actually doing pretty decent. It's not quite where Beastmaster is, but it's not too bad. It's starting to pick up a lot of pace, picking up the pace now. Ruthless Marauder is now a rank 2 talent from the same benefit as previous rank 3 version. That's good. It just means you have to spend one last point in that. Lunge has new functionality added in addition to its current effect. Each melee and auto attack reduces the cooldown of Wildfire Bomb by 1 second. That is perfect. Good talent to have. As for the Marksman, it's some small changes. New talent Rhythm, fully channeled rapid fire now grants you 15% haste for 6 seconds. Really good talent for them. Bullseye is now rank 1 talent, so they've nerfed that, and you want one less point into Bullseye, which is good too. Monk, Mistweaver, has been getting buffed a ton of times. It does really, really good raid healing. Really good raid HPS. Not so much in... It's a little tougher in Mythic Plus, but it's coming along. Burst of Life no longer reduces the cooldown effectiveness of Life Cocoon. Healing increased by 30%. They do such good healing. After casting Essence Font or Face Stomp, your Tiger Palm, Blackout, Rising Sun, kick, heal 5 injured allies within 30 yards for 150% of the damage done, split evenly. That is phenomenal. That is going to be huge for the Ancient Teachings. So you just pop Essence Font or Phalanx, and then you can just combo all these together, because for 15 seconds, all your damage done is going to turn into healing. So it's more turning into Fist Weaving, Disc Priest-esque type play. Really good. Vivify primary healing increased 50%. Anything else really crazy here? Oh, Revive and Restore all now properly override each other when swapping talents. That's just a quality of life thing. Holy Paladin getting the change. Light's Hammer and Holy Prism now properly override. Just another quality of life. Huge changes to Shadow Priest. Dropping Mind Seer. So they're getting rid of this. They're going with Psychic Link, which is more like Blade Fury from Rogues, which your single target, you pop this, and then your single target damage will do X amount to AoE targets. It's it's played a lot with Rogues. It does really well for Rogues. It's usually your top damage by a lot. Mainly Outlaw, I think, runs Blade Fury the most. So there are a ton. I'm not going to go through all the shadow. It's just page after page after page they're reworking Shadow a lot. So watch out for Shadow. They're usually pretty good, and I think all this rework, they will still make them good. Enhancement Shaman, Wind Fury weapon increased by 50%. What was it? Forceful winds, damage per stack lowered to 20% was 40, kind of offsetting stuff. Shamans are getting a huge rework. I'm going to put out another video on what to main, or what you could main in 10.07, because there are some classes that are going to be up and coming real fast. This is the player versus player. Crit strikes now deal 150% of base damage, and healing in PvP was 175, so they lowered the crit, and they've the crowd control is their big thing. And it's for all the classes. So Skull Bash interrupt down to 3 seconds was 4. They've lowered basically a second off everything. 2 seconds on some. Rogue Kick decreased 3 seconds was 5. 3, 4, 3, 4. It's just they're trying to lower the crowd control on everything, and it looks like the majority of it's going to be close to a 1 second, occasional 2. Vortex is down to 6, was 10 seconds. Evoker Landslide Roots down to 6 was 8 seconds. So it's just lowering a lot, so you're more active in it. You're not just rooted and stunned away. Should be an interesting change. But that is the 10.1 PTR changes so far. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Like, this is all PvP, so if you want to come in and see the PvP, by all means, come and check it out. And they are changing some professional talents as well. So as always, this was Deflect for But Fair Gaming. We'll see you in the next video.